College President Dr. Daryl Colson made the decision to continue holding all classes on the Wartburg College campus for the remainder of the winter semester. However, because of the outbreak, all college-sanctioned travel has been canceled for the remainder of the academic year. This includes all concerts, tours, and service trips that typically take place over 2 weeks, the week-long break between the winter and May term. Travel for May term classes that were scheduled to travel domestically or abroad has also been canceled.
In an email released to students, President Colson shared, "It pains me to say this to you, for I believe that those trips provide some of the most powerful learning opportunities you can experience. Nevertheless, we must respond prudently to the spread of the new coronavirus and the disease it causes, COVID-19.
President Colson also stated that Wartburg plans to find alternative solutions for all May term travel so students will still be able to receive class credits, as well as to receive as much refunded money as possible from the planned trips. Wartburg student body president Trevor Hurd said, "At this time, I believe that Wartburg College is working diligently to understand the scientific nature of COVID-19 and prepare accordingly. It is Wartburg's responsibility to look out for the welfare of its students, and I'm obliged to believe that they are seeking to do just that. I encourage any concerned or curious students to direct their attention to InfoCenter, where they will find a link to view updates regarding Wartburg's plan of action."
Wartburg has been the latest Iowa college to cancel trips after state universities also made the decision earlier in the week to suspend school travel as well as to move to classes online. We will continue to bring you updates as this story continues.
6 Wartburg students took to the debate floor to explain why they should be the candidates chosen to represent and lead the student body for the next school year. The debate was open to any students and faculty who wished to see the candidates explain their plans for the campus in depth. The 2 competing presidential tickets were made up of presidential candidate Darren Kilpatrick and vice presidential candidate Brett Kelting, running against presidential candidate Usra Malik and her candidate Emma Williams. Issues brought up included campus safety and free speech, among others.
It's important that we value what everybody has to say, but it's also very important that we value our students' safety on campus as well. Some speech can be hurtful to students on campus, and we need to ensure that we are putting students' safety first. And that's, we need to make sure that students feel like they belong here on campus. We as an institution pride ourselves on the fact that Wartburg is home for so many of our students. Wartburg can't be home if they don't feel safe.
Candidates also got the opportunity to present more specific policies they believed would better campus life.
With going with security and safety of our students, Wartburg is shockingly lacking in lights and cameras on campus. It is incredible how much vandalism or something occurs with safety of the students, and it's not caught on camera because we just simply don't have cameras outside. And also late at night, our campus is incredibly dim, and I think that lights are absolutely vital.
Current Student Senate Treasurer Jordan Flaherty and Secretary Grace Grieving both ran unopposed. After the debate, both teams of candidates believed they had represented their cases well. Kilpatrick and Kelting emphasized the need for more communication, while Malik and Williams discussed the importance of tangible goals for the future student body.
Yeah, and we have a lot of different values. We want to set up a lot of different things for students, especially working towards an open forum where people can communicate with professors, faculty, presidents, other student leaders about really what their main focuses are and going forward with that for college.
We actually have actionable, realistic steps and goals that we can carry on throughout if we are able to, if we are elected. And I think a big thing is just looking at the long-term plans. And I know we've reiterated it a lot, but our long-term plans are so important to us because not only is this current student body important to us, but the student bodies to come are also incredibly important to really continue to foster a positive environment on our campus.
The Wartburg student body will make their decision on Tuesday, February 11th.
The new business, Waverly Jazzercise in downtown Waverly, features dance with fun music for all audiences. Along with its upbeat curriculum, Jazzercise also has an extensive history.
One of the things that Jazzercise has had a little bit of a hard time with over the years is getting away from the stigma that it's all about leg warmers and big hair and leotards, neon. And so I think that's why I was really skeptical of the program the first time I tried it, was because I had it stuck in my mind that it was like dance fitness from the 80s. But the cool thing about Jazzercise, it's one of the longest running fitness programs ever. like I said, it's going on 51 years. And it's constantly changing. So, you know, back in the 80s, yeah, it was definitely different than it is right now.
Even with that stigma, Jazzercise has still continued to bring an upbeat fitness workout for all audiences.
The Wartburg student body has chosen their next presidential team.
The ticket of Yusra Malik and Emma Williams proved victorious in the Student Senate elections for the 2020-2021 school year, bringing an immediate sense of excitement to the pair.
It was excitement, but also nerves all at once. And then after we got the news, it was just pure excitement, like a sense of relief almost, that all of the hard work that we put in ended up with the outcome that we were hoping for.
The pair defeated Darren Kilpatrick and Brett Kelting with 61% of the presidential vote. Also victorious were Grace Grieving and Jordan Flaherty, both of whom were up for re-election and running unopposed. For Vice President-elect Emma Williams, this has been a long-time dream of hers that didn't seem like a reality until she met now President-elect Yusra Malik.
Because for me, I've thought about running, you know, while I've been on campus since my first year, but it wasn't realistic until I knew who I'd want to run with. Because for me, it was more about who I would run with, how we would work together, and going forward, you know, how we would engage with the student body. I wouldn't just settle to run with anybody, and I felt 100% comfortable running with Yusra.
Welcome back. Joining me in the studio now are Wartburg Alliance co-presidents Ari Redding and Harvey. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
For those who don't know, could you explain what Alliance is?
Sure.
Alliance is a safe space for LGBTQ plus members to come and just be there, hang out, have a safe space to talk about their feelings. It's really like, it's anonymous as well too, so we don't have like a set list of your names if you don't want to be seen there.
Wonderful. So Alliance also hosts many events throughout the year. One of the biggest events, Gala Week, is coming up next week. What all can students expect from the week?
Sure, we have events planned every day, Monday through Friday, and then the big finale is the drag show on Saturday. So some things through the week we have are game night, trivia night, we have Reading Rainbow where we go to the public library and read to kids LGBT-friendly books. We have a collaboration with the African Representative Council for a party at Deer's House on Friday. And we also have What's the LGBT? So we're going to discuss like politics and just hot topics regarding the LGBT community. We'll also have someone in chapel giving a message regarding their experience being a part of the LGBT community and ministry as well.
Wonderful. So lots of great events to look forward to. Obviously, one of the most exciting events for students is the drag show
for sure.
On Saturday night. What all goes into preparing that?
So for the drag show, just because this is my second year as president, honestly, it's a lot of collaboration with our advisors as well as Newman Crew. They're really great. They do a lot for us. We get the performing set list ready and just kind of like get things in order. Most of our planning goes into the rest of the week, and we kind of just leave Saturday to Newman Crew. I mean, we sell t-shirts and things like that. And one good thing is this year it's free to students. So in the past we've charged $2 for students, but now it's just going to be free. So for the public it's $5, but most of what goes into it is just collaboration and communication.
Are the performers in the drag show students or community members, or who are those performers?
We have a mix. We have students, we have faculty and staff, we have people from the community. Yeah, we have alumni. It's a really good mix.
Wonderful. So there's lots of people involved with the drag show, but as you mentioned, there's lots of people involved all week besides Alliance. What kind of other organizations are you collaborating with, and why is it important for those collaborations?
Well, on Monday, we're collaborating with the Reading Rainbow. We're going to be reading to kids. I just think for that, it's important to get that out there and talk to children about issues that they're going to have to deal with when they're older. And then on Tuesday, we are doing a discussion, not a panel, with SAFE, which a lot of LGBTQ members have a lot of mental health issues. So it's very good to collaborate with that. And this is one of the only times we can do that throughout the year. And then chapel, it's always good to talk about homosexuality in the Bible because a lot of people think it's a big no-no, but it actually meshes together quite well and people can deal with a lot of things throughout their religion.
Wonderful. There's lots of exciting things. What are you both looking most forward to?
I can't wait for the drag show.
I'm very excited. It's always a great time, and Ari gets her fancy rainbow fanny
Oh
packs.
yeah, I can't wait for that.
Oh, that is exciting. Well, thank you again for joining us today.
The Wartburg Gospel Choir is bringing a new style of music to the college landscape. The new musical group was formed by someone looking to create something unique that students from any background could enjoy.
So gospel music, but music in general has always been a part, and so I thought it would be great to bring that back here because it's just another one of my passions that I want to share with everyone I meet.
The first gospel choir rehearsal showed a slightly different musical experience. There was no sheet music, no stands, or piano player. Instead, it was just students singing and having fun, what Irkundo was aiming for. Music was taught by rote, the singers listening to a verse being sung, then repeating it and layering different parts over one another, until finally, a complete song was ringing through the halls of the Wartburg Chapel.
It is all about joy. It's all about feeling it. Something that I said during the rehearsals is, you know, your typical ensembles are great. They're phenomenal. They teach you so many things about being a musician. I think what's fun about gospel choir is you kind of get to leave the rules, some of the parameters that you need to follow in kind of the Lutheran tradition, and you just kind of get to be a lot freer with your sound, freer with your vowels, with your whatever it may be. Maybe it's freer with your body. I've seen people dance during this type of music.
Irkundo is looking to continue growing the organization. However, she's encouraged by others' positive experience they had at the first rehearsal. For Night Vision News, I'm Nathan Stephanie.
Make one endorsement more accessible to obtain. English as a second language is one of the endorsements offered to Wartburg students studying education. With this endorsement, educators are able to assist students learning English while still covering classroom material. Educators will now have the opportunity to obtain this endorsement through a new online 12-month program through the college. The program intends to certify teachers in order to educate the growing population of students learning English.
You know, it's not as exotic as some people might think it is. It's very local and it's a very immediate need.
With the endorsement now available online, Wartburg hopes to reach teachers in service and give them the proper training to educate their students.
Even when you have one student from a different country or one student who is learning a language, you can assist those one students even better.
Reporting for Night Vision News, I'm Rachel Green. For those interested in learning more about the endorsement, visit wartburg.edu/education.
The NCAA released a statement Thursday, March 12th, canceling all winter and spring championships in response to the COVID-19 outbreak. One of the events canceled is the Division III Wrestling Championships that was set to be held this weekend at the U.S. Cellular Center in Cedar Rapids. Wrestling coach Eric Keller shared his concern for the wrestlers.
We're heartbroken for these student athletes, you know, and especially guys that are seniors that they don't get another chance. And most of these guys, they've done this their whole life, and get a chance to wrestle in NCAA championships is it's the pinnacle. You know, it's what you work for. And it's kind of, we're still in shock, you know, with how quick it all went down. But, you know, we're trying to put some perspective on it and help these guys through it.
The Wartburg Chapel was filled with song on Sunday, February 16th, when the Wartburg Choir hosted a concert with the Iowa State Singers. The ensembles have held concerts together for a decade, trading locations each year. The Iowa State Singers are directed by Dr. James Rohde, a colleague and friend of Dr. Lee Nelson.
So Dr. Rohde and I go back a long way. I'm doing what I often credit him with the person who planted the seed in my heart and mind to go into music when I was in high school. He was the conductor at a college nearby and had an honor choir, and I made it into that honor choir, and my life was changed.
The change that Rohde made in Nelson's life has impacted hundreds of students, including the students who performed on Sunday.
I would say that since I've been here at least once a week, we have seen that we know of a compromise from a remote location. And we have put in some processes to then reset that student's password or that staff's password and notify them, and then follow up to clean up and make sure that there's nothing been done inappropriate with their account or to their account.
Abbas says that the move from requiring complex passwords of at least 8 characters to 15 characters with no complex character requirements has to do with the advancement of computing technology.
We're lengthening it to 15, which makes it longer. And because of that, you can then have the passwords only expire once a year. And that's because it would take that much time for a computer with a computing capacity to be able to hack that with a raw hack.
Abbas also has advice for keeping online accounts secure.
It's best to get something you actually can type easily, that you can remember and you can type easily, that comes to you naturally. Make sure that your password for Wartburg is different than you use for other things, especially anything that's financial tied, banking, whatever. If any system you have has the ability to do multi-factor authentication, I would enable that. To make things easier on yourself, use something like a password management tool like LastPass to save those passwords and have them saved out there. There's many systems I have access to, have accounts on, that I don't even remember the passwords at all. They're all cached and saved in my LastPass, which has been verified as a secure encrypted site to keep track of that.
Time will tell if these efforts will reduce compromised accounts on campus.
Amesbury credits Coach Don Molnar at McMurray for why he became a basketball coach. Senior Emma Gertis also highlighted how she feels about scoring her 1,000th point, her experience as a Knight, and her goals for the rest of the season.
Just work your butt off every day and have fun with it. I mean, basketball is something that I'm really passionate about, and I have a lot of fun when I play, so it's really cool. I'm a really big team player, so personally, 1,000 points, it's cool, but I mean, if that's the best thing that happened this season, I think I'd be pretty bummed. So I mean, we're looking to get the conference championship and win the conference tournament and go far in the national tournament. So
Gertis looks to play as a Knight deep into the NCAA tournament with her teammates.